As you can see, it's snowing. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Everything seems pretty mellow. Got no emergency calls from the school or anything, so I guess they're just gonna weather it out. So I've got the electronics installed as tidy as I could. I thought about a lot of places to put them. I thought about putting them underneath the hood because there is room, but then everything is just suspended by the body and stuck upside down. I'm just afraid of it taking a big whack and just falling off or getting damaged. I didn't want to put a battery on the front plate, so I was thinking about where good places were to put the battery, and the most obvious place I see is right in the back here. This big flat area here, nice Velcro pad. Stick a battery right there, plug it in right there, or put a battery on this axle plate to get the weight as low as possible, get some traction on the back, and just strap it down with a battery strap, which is probably how I'll do it at first. On the inside, I did my best to be really tidy. I've tucked this ESC, this is just a cheapo from eBay, but it can handle a lot of volts. And it has dual output, so I just hid everything back behind the tire. The tire made a great place to hide everything. I've got all my BEC back there, I've got all my extra leads back there. Then here I've got my receiver, which I've taped off just to kind of protect the leads and stuff. On this side, I've got my on-off switch, so I can just reach in through the window to turn it on and off, make it easy. Keep it discreet so that when you're looking at it, you're not seeing a ton of electronics. It's all tucked in the back. I could even put a little Lexan cover that goes all the way across. It pretty much hides all of that. So it's fairly neat install. It took it from being very, very front heavy to being balanced about in the center of the wheelbase right now. It's about, the balance point is about right here now. Before it was about right here. It was really, really front heavy. So, last thing to do before I can test it out is I need to break out the soldering iron and solder on a couple of leads on the motor so I can plug it in, try it out, see how it works. Got to put a pinion on it, choose a pinion, get all that stuff installed, which is going to be interesting because it's not impossible, but it is tight. I tried to make the thing so I could work on it. As you can see, getting to the front screw, you can get through it from that side and you can get to it from this side. So I should be able to pull the motor in and out without a big issue. Oh, and I taped up my slits because I didn't want a bunch of crud from the roads unnecessarily just splashing up into the deal. So might even put a little bit more tape right there just to keep wheel spin crap from just spraying inside for no reason. All my electronics have been waterproofed, so I'm gonna go try it out pretty soon here, even though it's really cold. Ugh. Guys, it's that time to test out a brand new rig. I have no name for this vehicle yet. See how she runs. I'm just using my old Red Cat Landsu transmitter. What do you think, Lucky? What do you think, dog? Well, let's see if it has any speed. Got enough speed to be fun, or what? It does. It has enough speed to be fun. That's good. That's a good thing. And of course, we can trust it out on the little rock pile over here. See how it clambers around? It's pretty effective. So everything's slick and wet. Cool. Let's go over here to the natural gully. See how it blasts around in that. Over a big old pile of leaves. Get some snow on the tires. Let's do a little zoom in there. Check it out. It does its thing. Oh, that's so fun to watch. I love it when a new rig comes to life and it works really good. Yeah, I've been wanting a shaft-driven toy to play with for a while. The boy has one, but I don't like to mess with his rig. I don't want to break it. There's a big old pile of leaves. I really couldn't play with my XR10 out here. It sucks up leaves and it jams up the motor fan, and it's really just a rock crawler. It's not a trailing vehicle. It's not for this kind of action. It's not waterproof. That is really cool. This looks pretty indomitable so far. I have good feelings about this rig, man. I don't think it's going to get stuck too easy. Let's give you sort of a look around. Snow stopped, which is good because the buses will be headed home in an hour. Goes over leaves, great. That's what I was hoping. I wanted something that wouldn't get hung up on leaves. Clamber around a little bit. All right. Here comes Lucky Dog. Hey, Lucky. Let's climb our first rock. Not a big one. Easy one. Let's just see how it goes off. See if it flips end over end when it tries to get off. Nope. Works good. Cool. There's one over here. Clamber over it. Alright, that's a good test to see what I can and can't get away with. Oh, can I save it? I could have if I had two hands, I think. I'm not that good at saves with my thumb. Definitely a little on the tippy side. There's no cob crawler. But for having fun, tearing around. Okay, here's the rocks I always go and test on over here. Okay, me, Lucky, and the new crawler are on the proving ground here. Let's see how it does. So I got the big crevice over here. See how it handles that. Let's see if it can hop down this thing without going end over end. Yes! Okay, now we got the pointy rocks. See how it goes up the pointers. Oh, like a boss. Look at that thing. Like a boss. Okay, here's the one that is really like a 2.2p type test here. You probably need to get the front churning without the rears to be able to hook up here. Yeah, it's just gonna flop over. Look at that thing, man. Look at how neat and clean that is underneath. Nice. Nothing to get snagged, nothing to get hung up. Easy to change the battery out. Don't have to take anything apart. I hate taking stuff apart to just change the battery. It doesn't even make sense. Here we go. Yep, that top weight in the back is gonna kill it, man. Yeah, it's no climber. It can do a lot of stuff, but climbing may not be one of the things it can do. We'll try though. We'll just give it a little gentle test here. No. This is not a rock crawler. It's way too top heavy. And all that weight in the back just doesn't help. This is when a little bit of dig would be nice. Yeah, it's just gonna flip it right over. Well, there's a lot of things this thing can do, but that's not one of them. Alright, let's go over here. See if I can get up this. This should be pretty easy. I usually can get up this. If not, I may have to do some adjustments. I have to put a little ballast on the front axle or something. There we go. Yeah, usually almost anything you can get up here. Even though it looks pretty gnarly, it's got all these little ledges that are just sort of there to help you out. I wish I had more steering angle. Where have I heard that before? I don't think I'm going to make that work. Nope. Does not seem to like to flip itself over, at least not with one hand. But for plowing around the leaves and just generally mulching around, I think it'll be fine. Let's see. See if I can get over this thing. There we go. A little hopping action. Yeah, it definitely could use a little more forward bias there. Maybe a little weight would help out. No. No. It's alright though. I'm still happy with it. Can root around and have some fun with it. Here's another little challenge. See if I can get up in here. No, I'm rejected. Again. Got a terrible steering angle compared to the AX10, but that's typical with SCX type steering stuff. We'll see if I can hook it up without losing it. Yeah, it's just about the driving. You just gotta drive within the limits of what the vehicle can do. Come right over this little crevice here. Oh, the big old tire's not helping this thing get up on its feet again, is it? But it does look nice. Let's see how it goes up this part. These are all pretty easy. All right then. Does a little bit of bouncing. This is the bouncing area here. You hit this enough to get a little bounce. Try and break it on its first outing, right? That's the idea. Destroy it. Crack that nice body. Tear it up before you ever even do anything fun with it. And it will tip over. I predicted all of this. I know how these shaft drive vehicles are, but that's mainly because of this tire. I think this tire adds a ton of weight up top, which is kind of ridiculous, but it looks really cool. So what are you going to do? Sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of performance for the look, I think. If you're doing the scale thing, you really don't have a choice. Even though this is a perverted, non-scale type of comp crawling toy. See if it can take a dive. Oh yeah, that was a nice launch. Now that's something my other ones won't do. Let's see how it gets out of the deep stuff down there. Is he gonna be stuck? There's always something. There's always like a root or a knob or some piece of junk. I like the wheel spin. Wheel spin is good. I can live with a little wheel spin now. This is a really slick looking rock today. I don't know how I'm going to do on this. Usually I can climb right up it because it's like steps. So even though it looks really, really gnarly, you can usually get up it, at least with the comp crawler. Maybe not with this thing. Once again, we'll find the limits. No, it does it. It's going for it. I'm hung up. Hung up on my skid. There we go. Got it now. There we go. Well, I think that is really fun. And there you have it. That's 1,000 milliamps of testing. Oh, I finally saved it one time. Come on, baby. Come on back to daddy. We got to get back to the house. That's actually a bad LiPo alarm. One cell always is reading way too low, even though they're all fine. So I don't give it too much mind. But this is a good way to see how much you can get up this stuff. A little rock bouncing action. There you go. Alright guys. Me and Lucky Dog are headed back to the house with the new crawler. Gotta think of a name. Seems to run pretty good. I like it. Well, give you guys a little afterthought on my first run. It is top heavy and it's back heavy. There's no doubt about it. Compared to all the other vehicles I've built, which have been comp related, where I put all the weight forward and I make them as low as possible. So not only do I have the ESC, which is, you know, an ounce or so, I got this big old tire, which is just dead weight, nothing but something to look at, you know what I mean? But you know what it does is it hides all my electronics and it protects the ESC. So every time this thing takes a hit this way, it's hitting a big rubbery tire instead of smashing the roll cage to pieces. So for its intended purpose, it does have a slight function. Pretty happy with it. It's fun. It's capable. I'd like more speed. Might have to try 4S since my ESC can handle it. Chunk it up a notch. See what it does, see what breaks next. What a crazy amount of play. Oh wow, the wheel was loose and about to come off. Cool. That would explain the crazy amount of play. Good thing I stopped while I did before I started losing wheels down the road. Now this, yeah, just a tiny bit of play. That's more like it. Okay. But the front, yeah, okay, we'll tighten that up in a minute. Pretty fun stuff on a wintry day before Thanksgiving 2014. Alright guys, well thanks a lot for watching these videos. I appreciate you doing it. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving, and I will see you all afterwards.